Hi, welcome to our channel, Programming of Mind, where we accelerate your knowledge with concise, from high-value book summaries. Let's begin understanding what makes conversations difficult. There are moments in life when two people need to talk, but something holds them back. The air is thick with tension. Voices, our cautious hearts beat fast. It could be about a broken relationship, a misunderstanding at work, a long-held grudge, or an honest confession that may hurt someone's feelings. These are not just ordinary conversations, they're difficult conversations. They feel risky because we care about the outcome and we fear what may happen if things go wrong. At the center of these difficult conversations lies the fear of being misunderstood, blamed, rejected, or judged. A father might struggle to talk to his son about dropping out of college. A manager might hesitate to address performance issues with an employee, and a friend might avoid revealing a betrayal from years ago. What makes these moments hard is not just the topic, but the emotions, identities, and assumptions wrapped around them. A woman named Priya had been working with her best friend Nina for years in a startup. They were partners until one day Priya found out Nina had made a big financial decision without consulting her. Priya felt hurt and betrayed. She wanted to talk about it, but feared the conversation might destroy their friendship. She stayed silent for weeks, but the resentment kept growing. Finally, she sat down and shared her feelings, not with accusations, but with vulnerability. To her surprise, Nina had her own fears and reasons. They both had been dancing around the conversation, avoiding it because it felt dangerous. Yet once they spoke honestly, healing began. Every difficult conversation is really three conversations in one. There's the what happened conversation, where both sides often see the same event in totally different ways. This is where blame sneaks in, where people argue over facts and details without realizing they're arguing over perceptions. Then there's the feelings conversation, which often remains unspoken. People feel angry, hurt, ashamed, or disappointed, but they pretend to be calm. They bottle up feelings, hoping to stay professional or strong, but the emotions leak out anyway in tone, words, or silence. Lastly, there's the identity conversation, which goes deep beneath the surface. It touches the part of us that questions, am I good enough? Am I a failure? Am I lovable? When conversations threaten our sense of identity, we feel vulnerable and defensive. Understanding that all three of these conversations are happening at once helps us approach them with more clarity and care. Consider James, a team leader in a software company who had to tell one of his best developers that she would not be promoted. James admired her work, but the team needed different leadership skills. She had been hoping for the promotion for months. He dreaded the talk, fearing she would feel unappreciated and hurt. But when he finally spoke to her, he acknowledged not just the facts, but also her feelings and the impact on her identity. He said, I know how hard you work and how much this promotion meant to you. This is not about your worth. It's about a different kind of fit for the role. She did feel disappointed, but also respected. That respect turned what could have been a destructive conversation into one filled with dignity and understanding. A powerful shift happens when we stop seeing difficult conversations as battles to win and start seeing them as opportunities to learn. Sometimes both people are right in different ways, and understanding grows when we ask questions instead of making accusations. There's strength in curiosity, in pausing to ask, what is the story the other person is telling themselves? What are they feeling? What does this mean to them? When we move from certainty to curiosity, we unlock the door to real dialogue. Imagine a couple married for 20 years, constantly arguing about money. She believes in saving every penny, he believes in enjoying life now. For years, they fought over purchases until one day she asked him why spending made him feel happy. He shared memories of growing up poor and how buying nice things gave him a sense of dignity. She had never heard that before. In that moment, her anger melted into compassion. They were not just arguing about dollars and cents, they were arguing about two different life stories. By listening with open hearts, they found new respect for each other's views. The reason people avoid difficult conversations is not because they are weak, but because they care deeply and don't want to hurt others or themselves. They want to do the right thing, but feel torn between honesty and harmony. But it is possible to have both when we learn to communicate with skill, courage, and kindness. The truth is, everyone struggles with these conversations, even the most confident people. We all have blind spots, and we all carry emotional weight, but those who learn to navigate these talks with awareness and empathy become stronger, more connected, and more authentic in every part of life. Difficult conversations are not a sign of failure. They are a sign of being human. They show that something matters, that there is something at stake. They are opportunities for growth, not just in relationships, but in self-awareness and emotional maturity. Every time you step into a tough conversation with the intention to understand, not attack, you are building a bridge of trust and truth that can transform your life and the lives of others. Thank you for listening, and please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.